Hello and welcome to IBP Immigration Law's YouTube channel. I'm Ingrid Perez, immigration attorney and founder of IBP Immigration Law. If you're here, you're probably wondering about how to get a green card through a U.S. citizen relative. If you are a spouse, parent, step-parent, adult child, unmarried minor child, sibling, or married adult child of a U.S. citizen, I'm here to break it down for you in a way that is really easy to understand. So let's get right to it. Getting a green card through a family member is actually one of the most common paths to permanent residency in the United States. First up, let's talk about spouses. If you're married to a U.S. citizen, you are in what's called the immediate relative category, which means there's no numerical limit on the visas available for you each year. This can make the process go a lot quicker compared to the other categories that we're going to talk about later. In fact, a lot of my cases are getting approved in as little as 3 months, sometimes 4 or 5 months, and often without interviews, which is really great for the couple because who wants to go to an immigration interview? The process starts with your U.S. citizen spouse filing what's called a Form I-130 petition for alien relative. This is what establishes your relationship as the spouse of a U.S. citizen. If you are already in the United States, you might also be able to adjust your status by filing a Form I-485 application to register permanent residence or adjust status at the same time that your spouse files the I-130. This is what we call concurrent filing, and the cases typically move together and are approved relatively one after the other. Now, if you're outside of the United States, you're not going to file an I-485. Instead, you're going to go through what's called consular process. This means that you are going to apply for an immigrant visa at the U.S. Embassy or consulate abroad. After you enter the United States with your immigrant visa, you'll just have to wait for your green card to arrive in the mail. The biggest part of this process is proving that your marriage is genuine and not solely for the purposes of getting a green card. It means you have to provide evidence like joint bank accounts, lease agreements, photos together, other types of evidence that shows your marriage is real. The applicant or the foreign national also has to show that they are admissible, which means not having anything in their background that would disqualify them for the green card. So for example, a criminal conviction or something like that. The good thing is that if you are in the United States and you're a foreign national, immigration will automatically forgive certain things, like if you've overstayed your visa or worked without authorization, so long as you enter the US with a visa. Now let's talk about parents of U.S. citizens. If you are a U.S. citizen and at least 21 years old, you can petition for your parents to get green cards. Similar to spouses, parents are considered immediate relatives. So again, there's no annual limit on the visas. The process is really quite similar to that for spouses. The U.S. citizen needs to file the Form I-130 for each parent. If the parents are already in the United States, they can adjust their status through the Form I-485. If the parents are abroad, they'll go through the consular processing. Immigration law also forgives your parent if they are in the United States but overstayed their visa or worked without authorization, so long as they entered with a visa. Additionally, you can also sponsor your step-parents for a green card provided the marriage between your step-parent and your biological parent happened before you, the U.S. citizen, turned 18 years old. This is a really great detail to know because it allows just so much more flexibility in you reuniting your family in the United States. Now let's talk about getting a green card for your unmarried minor children if you are a U.S. citizen. If you're a U.S. citizen, you can petition your unmarried minor children under the age of 21 to get green cards. Like spouses and parents, these children are classified as immediate relatives, so there's no numerical limit on visas for them. The process can also happen relatively quickly, especially if they are already in the United States. The process also begins with filing a Form I-130 petition for alien relative. If your child is already in the United States, they may file the Form I-485 to adjust their status concurrently with your I-130 petition or right after it is approved. If your child is outside of the United States, they're going to go through consular processing, attending an interview at the U.S. Embassy or consulate abroad. After they enter the United States with their immigrant visa, their green card arrives in the mail. A minor stepchild can also be petitioned for a green card by a U.S. citizen step-parent, provided that the marriage between the U.S. citizen parent and the stepchild's biological parent occurred before the stepchild turned 18. This ensures that blended families can stay together and enjoy the benefits of permanent residency in the United States. Now let's talk about adult children of U.S. citizens. If you are a U.S. citizen and have a son or daughter who is 21 years or older, whether they are married or unmarried, you can petition them to get a green card as well. Unlike spouses and parents, adult children fall into the family preference category. So what this means is that there's a numerical limit on visas each year. So the process can take a lot longer due to the waiting times and the visa backlogs. Again, you're going to start with the Form I-130 petition. Once it is approved, your child will have to wait for a visa number to become available. When it does, they can either adjust their status if they are in the United States or go through consular processing if they are abroad. After they enter the U.S. with an immigrant visa, their green card arrives in the mail. Now, the law is not as forgiving if you are in this category and you have worked in the United States without authorization or overstayed your visa. And if that is your situation and you are in the United States, you're going to need a waiver, which adds a whole other layer of complication to your case. Last but not least, let's talk about siblings of U.S. citizens. If you are a U.S. citizen, 21 years or older, you can petition for your brothers and sisters to get green cards. This category falls under the fourth preference family category, which also has numerical limits and generally takes the longest amount of time. The process begins with the Form I-130. Once that petition is approved, your sibling is going to have to wait for a visa number. The wait time will be many years, sometimes even more than a decade, due to the high demand of this visa category. When their visa finally becomes available, they'll either adjust their status or go through consular processing. After they enter the United States with the immigrant visa, the green card arrives in the mail. And again, for this category, immigration does not automatically forgive visa overstays or work without authorization. For all of these processes, it is crucial to provide thorough and accurate documentation. Mistakes or missing information can lead to delays or even denials. And that's why having an experienced immigration attorney can make a huge difference, guiding you through each step and helping ensure that everything goes smoothly. And because these processes take so long, you don't want to be in a situation where your case is denied and you have to either start all over again or maybe file an appeal. It just becomes a huge burden for you and your family member. So whether you're looking to bring over your spouse, your parents, step-parents, minor children, stepchildren, adult children, or siblings, knowing the process and what to expect is key. It can be a journey, but with the right preparation and support, it is definitely achievable. Thank you for watching. My name is Ingrid Perez. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel for more immigration tips and updates. If you have any questions or need personalized assistance, don't hesitate to call my office. My website is ibplaw.com. My phone number is 407-906-0068. I look forward to helping you. Until next time, take care.